Well, the final of the Africa Under-17 Championship will be played on Sunday in the Tanzanian capital, Dar es Salaam. That will be between Cameroon and Guinea. Well, Nigerians are quite disappointed that the Eaglets could not really make it to the final of the competition, but they take solace from the fact that the team has qualified for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. So they have good time to correct every wrong before the World Cup. Still talking youth football, a group of Nigerians under the auspices of Team Nigeria UK and International, they are working on developing Nigerian youths using the fusion of football and education as a tool. The project looks massive and deserves the support of every Nigerian who thinks athletes should be educated so as to give themselves a good life whenever they end their careers in sport. Well, David Doherty is the initiator of this project. He joins the program now. David, many thanks for your time on the show. Well, you're actively involved in the Sports-Edu and Full Star Youth League projects. Tell Nigerians about the concept of these programs.
Sports-Edu Plus program is a three-phase designed program for schools, both private and state school. And the first year is probably going to be like a sports clinic, and then the second year is when the formal education comes in, and then the third year is more of a sports internship program. So it's like a 3-year program in line with school curriculum. FUSTA itself is an acronym of Future Star. What we are trying to do is we're providing a platform where schools can engage in a properly organized independent youth league across Lagos states, but in extension we're probably looking at the whole country as a whole as we go on. But what we're trying to do is to engage kids from the age of 14, 15 and 16 to play in a competitive youth league among schools. So we're rolling like a pilot program by the start of October this year, 2019, for both private and state schools to compete among each other.
Okay, David Doherty, when are these projects really getting off the ground?
Definitely, we're looking to kickstart, like I mentioned earlier, by the month of October this year, 2019. And then we want to use Lagos State as a pilot run. So we want to see how it works. We're starting with 16 teams from school boys team, team, and then 8 teams from the female team. So it's an inclusive league, and it's going to be a 2-stream league that will run for private schools and state schools. So we're looking at 24 schools with private schools and 24 from the state school as well to engage in.
Okay, quickly, how well do you think these projects, talking about the Sports-Edu and the Full Star, how well can they impact directly on grassroots football and sports in Nigeria?
I think what we're trying to achieve here is to see how we could develop grassroots football and sports. Like I mentioned earlier on, Sports-Edu is not just about football, but it's about all sports in general. How we could get kids to combine sports with education, how we could develop grassroots football, how we could develop round complete athletes, not just playing football or doing basketball or boxing or swimming, but also for them to have a formal education, for them to probably go into coaching, refereeing. There's so many things, media, that kids can actually take up within and outside sports itself.
Okay, David, before I let you go on the program, you have been talking about the private schools. How do the public schools in Nigeria also benefit from these programs?
What we're trying to do here is to get both private and state school involved. But with the private school, they are self-funded, so they've got the financial strength. But with the state school, we're actually looking at developing a scheme where sponsorship can come in. Private individuals as well can take up 1 or 2 or 3 kids, and also we're looking at ways to get corporate bodies as well involved in it. So sponsorship is a big challenge, is one of the things that we're looking at for the public school. We've already kick start the program with the private schools. So, but as we go on before the end of this year, we are very, very sure that both corporate bodies, state school, can also help in sponsoring or supporting schools out there that are private, that are public owned, so that these kids can also benefit from this wonderful program.
Well, David Doherty is the president of Team Nigeria, UK and International. Wishing you the very best of luck on these projects. Many thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Well, baseball is not a Nigerian sport. In fact, it is not considered in Africa. It is an American sport, but some young individuals in the southwest of the country are getting passionate about baseball. The United States Consulate in Nigeria is in the forefront of introducing baseball to as many persons who love the sport.